Yes, sir.
Sir.
So, good morning. Our lecture for this morning is about values education. But before I will proceed, this is the profile of your instructor. So, I am the BSMA graduate with Masters in Public Administration. So, what you have seen in the picture are the different privileges while when you are in the military service, visiting different countries for free. So these are my schoolings and my assignments as your reference. So the learning outcome at the end of this session, the students must be able to apply the values education or self-development. So the scope of my presentation is as shown: values education, self-development, forces that shapes contemporary values, theories of values formation, ethics and moral education, morality and our conscience. So, before we will proceed, what is values education? So, values education is based on a rational understanding of the Filipino human person, specifically on understanding of the Filipino as a human being in society and his role in the shaping of society and environment. So it is the process by which people give moral values to each other, to teach universal values like moral values. So when we say values education, it is a process of overall personality development of a student. It includes character development, personality development, citizen development, and spiritual development. So what is the purpose of values education? So the main purpose of value education is the development of the personality of the student, the full development of the student personality in its physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual aspects. So, value-based education aims at training the student to face the outer world with the right attitude and right values. It is a process of overall personality development of a student. It includes character development, personality development, citizen development, and spiritual development. So since we are uh, undergoing ROTC instruction, so the purpose of this value education is to develop the right attitude and values towards our country and our people. So if you want to be successful in your career, there should be, and you must be ready to face the outer world, you must have the right attitude and values. So in here, we will have an over personality development. So but before we will proceed, what are the values? So values are the beliefs which we hold to be true, those noble ideals we struggle to attain and implement in our daily lives. It derived from the natural and moral laws and not from individual opinions. When we say natural laws, for example, the natural law, it is universally accepted that killing a person is being wrong. And punishing that person who killed another person is right. It is just right to punish him. So that is an example of natural law. While moral laws, an example of our moral law, abortion is immoral, especially to the Catholics. However, in other countries, it is legal because they have in their laws that abortion is legal. So this is the time when we say that sometimes moral laws, there are laws that are legal but immoral in nature. So that is an example. So these values are stable, long-lasting beliefs of what is important to a person. They become standard by which people order their lives and make their choices. A belief will develop into a value when the person's commitment to it grows. And and they see it as being important. So some example of these values is honesty, justice, generosity, and discipline. So if if you believe that honesty is an important value, so your actions will be guided by your values, which you think that is acceptable, and you believe uh, that being honest is an important value to you. So these are basic and fundamental beliefs that guide or motivate attitude or action. So these values guides us and motivate our attitude or our action. So that is value. Next is why are values very important? Values are important because they help us grow and develop and guide our beliefs, attitudes, and behavior. Our values are reflected in our decision making and help us in finding our true purpose in life and become responsible and develop individual. So if you continuously compromise your values in your decision making, the detriments to your own moral are undeniable. So it means that, for example, you are noted that you are an honest person. So however, in one of your decision, you allowed a certain acts of dishonesty. So these acts will compromise your values. It will compromise your values in your decision making. That is detriments to your own moral. So this is the importance of values. It guides us to develop and to grow. Next is the value of discipline. So we focus more in this value, considering that the difference between the military and the civilian sector is the standard of discipline. So discipline is important as it helps us understand what is right from wrong and adhere to our society. Psychologists often refer to discipline as a type of mind training which help us shape our moral character. It helps us keep our orderliness and achieve success. It provides people with rules to live their lives efficiently and effectively. When you have discipline in your life, you can make small sacrifices in the present for a better life in the future. Discipline creates habits. Habits make routines, and routines become who you are daily. So, for example, if your ambition in life is to be successful, and to be successful, you must be also successful in your college. So in order to be successful in your college, you have to study hard in order to pass your subjects. So, while you are studying, there is some activities or events wherein instead of enjoying, you will make some sacrifice because you want to study hard in order to get a good grades and at least pass your subjects and finish your course at least with high grades and within the specific period of time given to you. So your small sacrifices now will be eventually given reward later in the future. So that is why if we have developed our good attitude, we have disciplined ourselves, so there's no reason why that we cannot achieve what we are aiming for. So self-discipline is defined as a field of study or is training to fix incorrect behavior or create better skills. It is the single most important attribute to becoming successful. It helps you focus on reaching your goals, gives you the gumption to stick with difficult tasks, and allows you to overcome obstacles and discomfort as you push yourself to the new heights. The role of discipline in our life is to set orderliness, efficiency, punctuality, organization, and focus on our tasks. In our life, self-discipline is between when we identify our goals. For example, I want to be a successful professor or to be a successful professionals. So from that time that you will have made your goals up to the time that you will accomplish it, in between this, there are so many values intertwined with discipline. Because if you lack discipline, you will never achieve your goals. This is according to some of our great person. Discipline is the crowning jewels of success. So bear in mind that discipline is very important because it determines the success of our life. So in the armed forces, we have these AAP core values. Anyway, you will have one module on this regarding the armed forces of the Philippines core of values. Why we have this core of values? So you will learn this later. Because these values, these are very important. These are the values, the foundation of the strength of the armed forces, the success, because of these values of the soldiers. So we will have a separate module for this, and we will have a lecture to know more about what are the AAP core values, and we will explain it to you. So our next topics is contemporary values. What are contemporary values? So contemporary values belonging to the same age, living or occurring in the same period, existing or occurring at present time, conforming to modern or current ideas in style and function. So contemporary values are deeply held ideas and beliefs that guide our thinking, language, and behavior, such as individualism, rebellion, challenging authority, tolerance, and individual expression. This is an example of contemporary values. Now to our ROTC students, the contemporary values that I have observed now is majority of the ROTC student, when given instruction, they complain before they obey. So that is an example of the present contemporary value that I have observed here in the University of Antique. Because when you give them instruction, they do not comply. They first complain before they will comply. So such values, there is need to be changed. So that are those are the example of contemporary values. Then when we say self-discipline, this, as what I have previously mentioned, this is the most important value. Even we are in civilian or in the military. Because self-discipline is the ability to push yourself forward, stay motivated, and take action, regardless of how you are feeling physically or emotionally. Motivation and willpower contribute to it, as do persistence, the ability to follow through your end. Self-discipline is the single most attribute to becoming successful. So it helps you stay focused on reaching your goals. It gives you the gumption to stick difficult tasks and allows you to overcome obstacles and discomfort as you push yourself to the new heights. So self-discipline can be seen also on people, wherein in every challenge they met in their life, they take that challenge an opportunity to improve themselves and to move forward towards the accomplishment of their goals. So self-discipline will speak. Your attitude will speak if how disciplined you are. So it is very important. As a student, it is very important because at your age, this is the time that you will knowing so many values in your life. As you move outside, as you move or as you change your environment, but self-discipline, wherever and whatever environment you have, plays an important role. So this is very basic in the military because in any mission given to a soldier without self-discipline will not accomplish the tendency, there is a greater tendency that they will not accomplish their mission. It is self-discipline is very important. So, self-development. Self-development is the process by which a person's character or abilities are gradually developed. Is taking steps to better yourself and new skills of governing bad habits. That is why in this ROTC, the most important, we have a module wherein the most important module is the military character module. This is the first part of the module of an ROTC student because this module focuses on developing ROTC cadets in order to equip them with proper knowledge, skills, and the most important thing is attitude that is required of military personnel. you should have the right attitude to become future reservist upon your graduation of your MS2. And a good character, even though you are not in the military, it is very important. Even though you are in a civilian sector, it is very important in achieving your goals in your life. It So this military character module focuses on orienting the students on the army profession, developing their character to what is desired of a military personnel, particularly as future leader. So I hope by the end of this MS1 or this MS1 and MS2, the student should be able to adapt to military values, customs, and traditions, and to acquire the basic knowledge required of a required for a future soldier with the required knowledge in their in their respective branch of service or occupational specialty. So that is why it is in this MS1 and MS2 wherein we are trying to develop students to be future reservists. So that is why one of the important topic in this values education is self-development. So as of now, how do you perceive yourself? So perceived self is composed of a set of self-cognitions regarding one's traits, competencies, and values. It is reinforced through feedback. So perceived self is the person each of us believes we are when we examine ourselves. It is our belief of what each of us when we examine ourselves. So self perception, it is an image we hold about ourselves and our traits and the judgment we make about those traits. It includes two core perceptual processes, our self-concept or the picture we have in our heads or who we are, and our self-esteem or how we judge and evaluate those traits. So self-identities. Self-identities are those aspects of individual self-concept that are derived from the social categories to which he or she perceives himself or herself belonging to. Social identities links individuals to reference group, which establish as a set of role of expectation and norms that guides the individual behavior within each of the social identities. So self-identity refers to a person's self-conception, self-referent cognition, or self-definition that people apply to themselves as a consequence of structural role position he or she occupies or a particular behavior he or she engages regularly. So if you are identified with a family of intellectual persons or you are identified with a family or a disciplined family, so your behavior will be guided because from time to time you have the self-identity that you belong to a well-disciplined family wherein it will guide your attitude wherever you go. So next is self-development. So the ideal self. So represent the set of traits, competencies, and values an individual would like to possess. Ideal self in models of self-concept, mental representation of an exemplary set of psychological attributes that one strives or wishes to possess. So, ideal self is a self that what an individual would like to possess. For example, if you want to be a soldier, at least you have a set of traits and competencies and values that will comprise or will make you an ideal self. So self-esteem, it is the evaluative component of self-concept. It is the function of the distance between the ideal self, perceived self. Self-esteem is used to describe a person's overall subjective sense of personal worth or value. In other words, self-esteem may be defined as how much you appreciate and like yourself, regardless of the circumstances. For short, it is your self-confidence. And avoid dwelling on the past experiences and focus on the present moment. Believe you are equal to everyone else, no better and no worse. So like some of our students here, wherein they lack of what we call this self-esteem. Because once they have read in the instruction, 1 hour is only given at the midterm exam, one take only, and those who fail to take will be given the grade of 65. They have already so many complaints. They lack self-confidence among themselves because others even did not take the exam because of so many negative comments they have heard. So they lack of what we call self-confidence. They have very low self-esteem. So that is why we focus on this value development in order to develop you to be a skilled with positive values. And the most important is you have to acquire self-confidence in yourself. That is why there are so many intelligent students. However, when they graduate in college, they cannot land in a good job because they lack the self-confidence in themselves. While those people who merely pass their courses, they have achieved much better in their life. So they have the self-confidence in themselves. So this is one of the important values that a reservist or a soldier must develop while undergoing this training. This is very important. Do not underestimate yourself. As what I have previously mentioned, be positive. Take every challenge as an opportunity to improve yourself and a step towards the accomplishment of your goals in life. So there are theories of values formation. So these are the different theories of values formation. So you can read this during your free time while you scan your LMS. Because these theories suggest that Unconscious forces act to determine personality and behavior. This unconscious is that part of the personality which a person is unaware. So values formation is the confluence of our personal experiences and particular culture. You are intertwined. Values are imposed from our family in childhood and reinforced through culture and life experiences. So we have the 7 values. Ah, so these are the 7 values. You read it, then you can research. But what I have given you is a summary if what is value formation. So as I say it again, value it is the confluence of our personal experiences and particular culture that are intertwined. Values are imposed from our family and childhood and reinforced through our culture and experiences. So that is the values formation. However, the different theories have this observation and form the respective theories. So next is ethics and moral education. So ethics come from the Greek word ethos, character, meaning character. Ethics are the principles that guide us to make positive impact through our decision and action. Ethics plays an important role not only in our personal lives, but also in our business. Ethics is what guides us to tell the truth, keep our promises, or help someone in needs. Ethics in education help runs the system smoothly. It sets standards that are applicable and protect the interest of both the learner and the tutor. So one of our ethics in education is you have to study in order for you to pass. So we have uh, a passing grade and we have failing grade. That is part of ethics in education in order to establish a standard guide for every student in fairness to be fair. So that is part of our ethics in education. And giving awards to those who are excelling in their respective uh, courses. So that is part of ethics in education. And when you quote cheating, you sh- you should fail in that examination or subject. That is part of ethics in education. Morality. The term morality can be either descriptive or normative. This refers to the code of conduct put forward by society that is used as a guide to behavior by the members of the society. So, this morality, for example, if in that society, they have the code of conduct that children, upon the strike of 6 o'clock, they, sh- they should be in their respective homes or in these respective uh, houses or in their homes. So that is considered as, for them, it is moral. However, if you go beyond that, so there is an implication. So it is used as a guide to behavior by the members of the society. So in most as a Filipino, in every society, one of the important behavior, the show of respect, is kissing the hands of the elders. So that is one of the important guide to behave the members of that society, that we should be respectful or hospitable, because Filipinos are, are noted for being hospitable. So normatively, to repair the code of conduct that, given specified condition, would be put forward by all rational person for governing the behavior of all moral agents. So morality refer to the set of standards that enable people to live cooperatively in groups. It is what societies determine to be right and acceptable. Sometimes acting in a moral manners means individual must sacrifice their own short-term interest to benefit the society. So it is very clear. It affects our daily choices, and those decisions are guided by our conscience. The purpose of morality is to provide a framework of optimum human behavior. The standard of morality, however, is absolute and immutable. Always tell the truth, keep your promises, treat others as you want to be treated. So that is an example of moral values. Patay mo rin, patay mo rin. Hindi, i-off record lang, i-off record. I-off. Ang record lang, ang record lang.